And welcome everyone to the 2A District 5 tournament. Our first matchup today is between the 6th and the 7th seed. This is kind of a play-in game to get into the next round. So we will see what happens today. Poyen and Mt.Pine will play today, so we will have to see what happens today. It ought to be a swell game here at Panther Field. This is a bright and sunny afternoon here in the Cove, as Mt.Pine is going to lead off in the batting order here, and it's going to be Miss Rachel Ellison to get the ball here for Poyen in this first round game. Have to see what Ellison can do in her appearance today and try to advance Poyen into this district tournament. So it's going to be Carly Shaw to lead off here for the Mt.Pine Red Devils, and she's going to play third base. And so Taylor Smith will play catcher and be number 13 as she bats second. Michaela Smith will play center field today and bat third. Cheyenne Cardenas, who's going to get the rock for Mt.Pine, will bat fourth. So Hannah Mitchell, the shortstop, is going to bat fifth. Emily Covey will bat sixth and play second base. Carly Coart will play first base in the field and bat seventh. Nevaeh Berryman, number 3, will play left field and bat eighth, and Janet Kuhn will play right field and be the 9-hole hitter this afternoon. And it looks like Miss Ellison is going to be a right-handed pitcher, so I have to see what she can offer to these Mt.Pine girls and see if Mt.Pine can get their first win of the season here in the first round of the district tournament. So the ump says, here we go, batter. So it's almost time to play ball here as Miss Ellison gets a high five from all of her teammates, and Miss Shaw steps into the batter's box. First matchup here is going to be a righty versus righty. So we'll have to see what happens here. And the pitch from Ellison, and Shaw comes out swinging, and she's going to foul that one off behind the dish. And behind the dish for Poyen this afternoon is going to be number 13, Miss Emma Wise. So I have to see how well she can control behind the plate tonight as Shaw readies for the 0-1. And the delivery from Ellison, and that ball is put into play there to the shortstop. And the shortstop makes a play over there, and that is going to be Olivia Sperlin making the play over there and get the first out of the district tournament. So now up to bat is Miss Taylor Smith, the catcher for Mt.Pine. Ellison puts Shaw down on 2 pitches in that first at bat, and delivery from Ellison, and that is going to be high, and that's going to be called ball 1. Ellison, 3 pitches this afternoon and 1 out. So she has started pretty dominant early as she delivers her 4th pitch, and that is going to be a foul ball. So now that evens the count 1-1 for the catcher. Have to see if Mt.Pine can get some activity on the base pads here in the first. And the 1-1 from Ellison, and another soft grounder to Sperlin. And that one is going to be scooped under there by number 11, the first baseman. That is Hannah Scores. And so another put out there, ground out I should say, to the shortstop. So here comes number 5, Michaela Smith, the center fielder. Have to see if she can get on base right here. And the pitch there, and that's going to be inside, so that's going to be ball 1. Ellison has really let her defense work behind her as the first 2 outs have come ground outs to the shortstop. And the 1-0. And that is a big wave and a miss, and so that's going to be a strike there on Michaela, and so the count evens at 1-1. 1-1, 2 outs. Here is Ellison readies. And the pitch. And that ball is hit high. That's going to be a floater, and that's going to drop as a I believe, a base hit. So Michaela Smith, the center fielder, will get on base with a single right there, and Ellison's not able to put him down in order in the first. So now Cheyenne Cardenas, the pitcher for Mountain Pine, number 1, will step into the right-handed batter's box. We'll see if Smith tries to steal, and that's going to be hit straight back to Ellison over to first base. So that will put them down. So, but not before Mountain Pine gets on base, as Smith gets a blooper into right field for a single. So that will do it for Ellison, as she allows 1 hit in this inning. So we will see what Poyen comes up with bats here in the bottom of the first. We'll be right back with more district softball after this break. And we are back here with the 2A5 district tournament as Poyen comes up to bat here in the bottom of the first. So it is going to be Miss Cardenas that gets the rock here for Mountain Pine. So we'll have to see if she can find a good pitch and get some strikeouts here in this game to keep Poyen off the base pads. It's going to be the shortstop that leads off for Poyen and Miss Sperlin. So I have to see what she can do here as Cardenas finishes up her warm-up pitches. So I have to see what this game shall entail. Like I said earlier, this is the 6 and 7 seed playing. So here comes Miss Sperlin up to bat right here. So we'll have to see if Poyen can get on base here as we have a righty versus righty matchup here. And the pitch. And that is going to catch the outside edge for strike 1 as Cardenas hits the outside edge and gets a called strike. And that one will just miss the zone, as that's going to be ball 1 there. And Sperlin is even in the count at 1-1. And the 1-1 delivery from Cardenas, and that is going to be high. And so it will be 2-1 here for the shortstop. And so that will be called strike 2. So the count evens at 2-2. And the winner of this game will play Bigelow Wednesday at 4:30 here at Panther Field. And that ball is gonna be popped in the air, and a good attempt there from the catcher. That is Miss Smith, but that will foul off, and Sperlin will stay alive in the at bat as the count is 2-2. The 2-2, and that's gonna be high, and that's gonna make the count full here for the shortstop. So here is the payoff pitch from Cardenas. And the pitch, and that's going to be fouled straight back. And the catcher will get to that one. So that will be an out right there. And so that will put Sperlin down. And up comes number 13, the catcher, Emma Wise. So Cardenas takes care of the leadoff hitter there for Poyen. And so now the catcher will come up, and the 0-0, and that is going to be high for ball 1. Count 1-0 here as Wise looks to get on the base pads here early as she swings at that one. That one's going to be a foul, and another one, another foul ball caught there by Smith, the catcher. So Cardenas is working on putting them down in order if she can sit down Miss Josie Austin, the center fielder. And the pitch, and a big wave and a miss from Austin as she goes down in the count 0-1. Cardenas looking to sit them down in order. And that pitch is high, and it hits the backstop, so that will be ball one. And the pitch, and a big wave and a miss. And now Josie is down in the count 1-2. Cardenas looking to sit him down in order. The 1-2. And a swing and a miss. So Cardenas sets him down in order with 2 pop-outs and a strikeout swinging. So here comes the Mt.Pine Red Devils. It's going to be Mitchell, Covey, and Cowart up to bat in the top of the second. We'll be right back after this break. And we welcome you back to the district tournament held here at Magnetic Hope High School, as it will be the shortstop, Miss Hannah Mitchell, to lead off here in the top of the second. Ellison gave up 1 hit in the top of the first, as that is called strike 1. See what Ellison can do here in the top of the second. And the pitch, and a big wave and a miss there from the shortstop, as that puts her down in the count 0-2. Ellison looking to get her first strikeout victim here as a swing, and it's popped up, and the first baseman comes down the line and catches that, and that will be Hannah Scores, as that is another pop out for Mt.Pine. So now it's going to be Emily Covey, number 11, the second baseman, up to bat here. She is looking to get on the base pads here in the top of the second. The 0-0, and she shows bunt, as that's going to be low and in the dirt, so that will be ball one. The 1-0 here as Ellison readies, and the pitch, and that will be high, and so that will be 2-0 there to Covey. And the 2-0, and that's going to be fouled down the first base line there, and so that will be Covey's first strike. 2-1 is the count here. Ellison looking to get the second out of the inning as she delivers, and that is going to be low, and so that will be ball 3. So a hitter's leverage count here for the second baseman. And the 3-1 delivery, and that is going to be high, and so that will be a walk there for Covey, and a great disciplined at bat to get on base there. So now Carly Coart, the first baseman, number 7, is going to come to the dish here for Mt.Pine to see if she can advance Covey to second. We'll see if Covey tries to run. Doesn't really have a lead, and she will take off, and a great bunt set down, and they will call it a foul ball. Call that a foul ball. So Coart will go back to home plate, and it did look like Covey was trying to run there, so we'll see if she runs right here. And the 0-1 from Ellison, and that one is swing and fouled straight back, so now Coart's down in the hole, 0-2. So now it is 0-2, and Coart's going to have to battle out right here. The 0-2 from Ellison. It's swing and hit. It is hit high, and the ball is dropped by the left fielder. So that will get Coart on base, and that is an error out there by Ashlyn Leonard, number 6. So Mt.Pine's got something brewing here in the top of the second as they have runners on first and second with the 8-hole hitter, Miss Berryman, up to bat. And the pitch, and a big wave and a miss there. So that will be strike 1. So now Ellison readies her 0-1. And the pitch. And that is way in on the hands. But a swing and a miss there by Berryman. So now the left fielder is down in the hole, 0-2. With one out here in the top of the second. And the 0-2. And that is a strikeout. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Berryman goes down on 3 pitches. So that will be Ellison's first strikeout of the afternoon. So now comes the 9-hole hitter, Janet Kuhn, the right fielder. Looks to get some runners around right here as she swings on the first pitch and misses. So that will go into the strike column as she is down in the hole now, 0-1. And the 0-1 from Ellison. And that is going to be a strike, but it will get past the catcher, so the runners advance to second and third, but now she's got Kuhn down in the count, 0-2. It's a big pitch right here for Ellison. If she could get her looking or swinging, that would be big. And she gets her swinging back-to-back. 3-pitch strikeouts for Miss Ellison. So Mt.Pine threatens but leave 2 on the base paths. We'll be back with the bottom of the second after this break. If you're looking for a hidden gem while traveling down Arkansas Highway 51, then Panther Pass Grocery and Gas is your one-stop destination. The Panther Pass is more than just your typical local grocery and gas station. It also has a full cafe menu with delicious mouth-watering food that will satisfy any type of appetite. The Panther Pass is also a proud supporter of the Magnet Cove School District and a community partner with the Magnet Cove High School East. The Panther Pass is located at 2214 Highway 51, Magnet Cove, Arkansas. And we are back here as the pitcher steps in to the batter's box, and it will be Rachel Ellison as she looks to get something going here for Poyen as Cardenas sat him down in order in the top of the bottom of the first. And so now another ball there from Miss Cardenas, so the count is 3-0 here. Hitter's leverage here for Ellison, but that one will catch the top half of the plate, so that will be a strike there on Ellison. Righty versus righty matchup here as Cardenas delivers, and so that will be low, so that will draw a walk for Ellison. And so now Kendall Morrison, number 21, the third baseman, will step in, and another righty versus righty matchup right here. And the pitch, and a big wave and a miss there from Miss Morrison as she is down the count 0-1. Morrison looks to advance Ellison, but that pitch will not do it as that is called a ball, and a low batting stance there for Morrison, as that will be ball 2 right there from Cardenas. And the 2-1, and that is hit up the first base line, and that's going to get past the first baseman, and they're sending Ellison to third, and so that will be eventually cut off by the second baseman. But a great piece of hitting there and misfielding there by the first baseman puts runners on the corners for Poyen. So now the first baseman, number 11, Hannah Scores, is going to show bunt right here. And she's going to go back and be called for the strike right there. But Morrison will steal to second. So that is the first stolen base for Poyen this afternoon. And a big swing and a miss there from Scores, as she is now down in the count 0-2. And the 0-2, and so that one is hit off the hand part of the bat, and that's going to go foul. Pitch was very in on Scores' hands. The 0-2 from Cardenas, and she's going to get her looking right there, and that is Cardenas' second strikeout of the afternoon. So now it will be Sydney Daly to step into the right-handed batter's box right here and a show bunt, and that one is high, but they're going to try to steal home, and Ellison does just that, doesn't even have to slide, and Morrison's going to advance to third. So that will put Poyen on the board first, as Morrison is on third base now. The 0-1 from Cardenas, another bunt, and that will be a ball. Good block there by Smith to not keep that from going to the backstop, and Morrison advancing home. The 1-1, and that is outside, so that'll be ball 2. Daly is choked up on the bat right here as she shows bunt once more, and that's going to be called strike 2. So now the count 2-2 with one out. See if Daly shows bunt here or tries to swing away, and she gets the swing away call, and that's going to be way high, and that's going to push the count full. And the payoff pitch, and that is going to be outside, so that will be a walk there, as that puts Daly on first base, and the second walk this inning for Miss Cardenas. So now the left fielder, number 6, Ashlyn Leonard, is going to come to the plate as that is a wild pitch, and Morrison will score from third base. So both runs from Poyen have scored on wild pitches from Cardenas. So now, and that does have Daly advance to second. So Leonard has one runner in scoring position as that pitch catches the high outside corner of the plate and evens the count at 1-1. And the 1-1. And that's going to catch the outside of the plate once more as that puts Leonard down on the count 1-2. We'll see if Cardenas goes there again, and she goes in on the hands. That's going to be a drop, third strike, but they're going to throw the third and not first. But Daly gets there, so she will reach on the drop, third strike. So now Rose, the DP, number 42, is going to step into the right-handed batter's box. See what she can do here as runners on the corners. And that ball is hit up to the shortstop. And the shortstop doesn't have anywhere to go with it. And she is going to beat the play out. So the shortstop tried to get to second, but Leonard was already there. And Rose beat the throw. So that will flip the lineup back over. No, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. She was out. So she will ground out right there, but advances the runner. That's going to flip the lineup back over. And they're going to try to steal third. And the third baseman dropped the ball there for Mt.Pine. As that is Carly Shaw. So Poyen up 3-0 here with her leadoff hitter up. Oh! And so Sperlin takes one right there, and she's going to have a hit by pitch. So runners on the corners here for Emma Wise, the catcher. So Wise here could push this open to 4 or more runs right here if she could get a hit into the outfield. And that pitch is going to be high and inside. And Sperling will just kind of jog to second. Nobody was covering there, so no throw from Mt.Pine. 2 runners in scoring position for the catcher who popped out in her first at bat. And a swing and a miss there, as that's going to be strike and even the count at 1-1. On deck is Josie Austin, who is Cardenas' first strikeout victim, as the 1-1 there to Wise goes high, and it will be 2-1. So the 2-1, and that's going to be in the dirt. It's going to be another pass ball, and another run will score, and that's going to get past the pitcher. And they're going to score 2 off a wild pitch. And the errors for Mt.Pine is shooting themselves in the foot now as they're down 5-0 in the bottom of the second. So that has just killed Mt.Pine as Smith has struggled behind the dish containing, as the count is 3-1. And that is going to be a walk there for Emma Wise. So that will put her on first. And it's going to be Josie Austin up to bat, as that will be called strike 1. Josie Austin struck out her first time here at the dish to Cardenas. Poyen up 5-0 as that pitch is inside and will be ball 1. Excuse me. And the pitch from Cardenas. and that is going to catch the outside of the plate, and that will be strike 2 as Josie is down in the count 1-2 here with 2 outs and a runner on first. We'll see if Wise moves here with 2 strikes. And she does, and a big wave and a miss from Josie Austin. And so she goes down on strikes once more, but not before the Poyen Indians score 5. We'll be back with the top of the third after this break. And we are back here at Panther Field as the top of the third begins. And it's going to be Mt.Pine up to bat here. As that is number 14. Carly Shaw as the 1, 2, and 3 are due up here for the Red Devils. First pitch there from Ellison is ball 1. Beautiful day for softball here in the Cove. And the 1-0 from Ellison is swing and hit up the third base line. Great grab there by the third baseman and gets it over to first. So Morrison with a beautiful grab in the glove right there in third base and gets it over to put Shaw down on another ground out. So now Taylor Smith, the catcher, number 13, comes up to bat here. She grounded out to short in her last at bat. Ellison has not had any runs scored on her today, as that pitch will get the strike right there, and so the count 0-1. So here's the 0-1 from Ellison, the delivery, and a big wave and a miss there from Smith as she goes down in the count 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Ellison, and that is way high, so that will be ball 1. Poyen up 5 runs here in the top of the third, as that is another high and away pitch as the count evens at 2-2. Ellison has 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. Looking to add a third one here as she's got Smith with 2 strikes. And the pitch, and that's going to be inside to make the count full. So count full here for the catcher of Mt.Pine. See what Ellison offers as a payoff pitch. The windup and the delivery, and that is going to be low, and so that will be a walk. So Smith battles back down 2 strikes, and so now Michaela Smith, the center fielder, number 5, is going to come up to bat here. That is Ellison's second walk of the afternoon, as a big wave and a miss there, and they're going to try to throw her out at second, but she's going to get there. An on-target throw, but just a little late there from Wise, the catcher of Poyen. Runner in scoring position here for Michaela, who is 1 for 1 at the dish today as she singled in her first at bat. Now the count 0-2. Ellison looking to set her down on strikes right here. She's got her down the count 0-2. And the pitch, and that one is hit high. And the second baseman calls for it, and she will grab it. So that is Sydney Daly playing second base there for Poyen. So now 2 outs here for Mt.Pine as their 4-hole hitter, their pitcher, Cheyenne Cardenas, who grounded out to Miss Ellison in her first at-bat, will step into the dish. And that one is fouled back. So count 0-1 here to Cardenas. Ellison has not really struggled today besides 2 walks and a single. So I have to see if she can finish them off right here as she's got 1 strike on Cardenas with 2 outs. And the pitch. And that ball is hit up the third base line there, fielded by the third baseman over there to the first baseman. And that will set him down as Morrison goes to scores, and that ends the top of the third, there. And so Poyen still up 5. We'll be back with the bottom of the third after this break. If you're looking for a hidden gem while traveling down Arkansas Highway 51, then Panther Pass Grocery and Gas is your one-stop destination. The Panther Pass is more than just your typical local grocery and gas station. It also has a full cafe menu with delicious mouth-watering food that will satisfy any type of appetite. The Panther Pass is also a proud supporter of the Magnet Cove School District and a community partner with the Magnet Cove High School East. The Panther Pass is located at 2214 Highway 51, Magnet Cove, Arkansas. All right, everyone, welcome back here as Rachel Ellison will lead off here in the bottom of the third after Poyen scored 5 runs in the last frame. Looking to add to that as that pitch is going to just squeeze in the inside corner right there for Miss Cardenas. So that will be 0-1. The 0-1 to Ellison, that is hit to the shortstop, and that ball is handled and got over to first base easily there as Mitchell goes to Coart and gets that out, and that will set Ellison down. And so now Miss Morrison, who had a single in her first at bat, goes a big wave and a miss right there, and that's strike 1. It's going to be crucial here for Mt.Pine to just not let Poyen score any if they want back in this game. In the 0-1 from Cardenas, and another big wave and a miss from Morrison, the third baseman. Morrison walked and had to stolen base in her last attempt and ended up scoring on a wild pitch. And the 0-2 from Cardenas, and that is just going to go right into the kidneys. Man, that had to hurt. So that will be a hit by pitch there, and so the catcher, Smith, is going to come out to the circle for Mt.Pine, and so coach is going to call time for Poyen and talk it over with Scores and Daly, the next 2 hitters for Poyen. So Hannah Scores, the first baseman, struck out looking in her first at bat here as she looks to get on base right here in the bottom of the third. And the 0-0, and that's going to be outside. They're going to try to throw to second, and she is safe. She gets under the tag, and a great throw there from Smith, but just not in time as the speed of Morrison gets into second base, and so the count now here, I believe, is 1-0. As that bunt is beautiful back to the pitcher, and they're going to get her, but Morrison, is it going to advance to third? So that will be 2 outs as Sydney Daly, who walked in her last at bat, will step into the right-handed batter's box. Poyen could score on a wild pitch or anything into the green grass. And that is going to be a wild pitch, but Smith able to control it as it bounces off the backstop, and Morrison will stay on third. The 1-0 here from Cardenas, and that one is high, but Smith able to wrangle that one in as the count is 2-0. The 2-0, and that is going to be low, and so it's going to be 3-0. Cardenas is struggling to find the zone right now as she has thrown 3 straight balls. The 3-0, and that is going to catch the outside corner there for Daly. So Sydney is choked up on the bat right here is the 3-1. And that's going to be high, and that's going to be ball 4. So that will put Daly on first base as she draws her second walk of the afternoon. And so Ashlyn Leonard will come up to the plate, the left fielder, who reached on a drop third strike in her last at bat. And Daly will just jog on over to second as nobody's covering and there's no throw. So now the 1-0. The delivery from Cardenas and a big wave and miss at that high rise ball right there from Cardenas. So as the count evens 1-1 here for Leonard. Runners on the 2 runners in scoring position as that bunt is bunted straight back, and so that will be foul, and the count goes 1-2. Leonard kind of in a hole right here, down 1-2, got 2 outs, but you got 2 runners in scoring position. This is when she's got to come up clutch and get at least one of those runs across, as that is going to be a wild pitch, and she is going to be out as Morrison tries to slide home, and a tag there by the catcher, Cardenas. So coach sends her home, but she is called out. So that will do it for the bottom of the third. We'll be back with the top of the fourth after this break. And we are back here at Panther Field as Ellison still has the ball for Poyen. And Mt.Pine will come up to bat here as number 12 shows bunt, but that will be bunted straight back as that is the shortstop Hannah Mitchell who popped out in her first at bat. And the bunt there, and that's going to be foul ball, so that will be strike 2. So now Mitchell down in the count 0-2. Ellison has not given up a run yet going into the top of the fourth right here. She's given up a couple of walks and a couple of hits. We'll have to see what she does on the 0-2. And that's going to be hit to the third baseman, scooped by the third baseman, over to scores the first baseman, and that will be a put out right there as Mitchell goes down on a ground out. So now Emily Covey, number 11, the second baseman, comes into the batter's box as she walked in her last at bat. Ellison 2 strikeouts on the afternoon, as that is going to be a strike right there. Poyen up 5-0 right here in the top of the fourth. Poyen looking to advance to play Bigelow Wednesday here in the district tournament. And the 0-1 delivery, and that's going to be inside and in the dirt, so that's going to be ball one. So is the count even 1-1 with one out. Mt.Pine down 5, got to get something brewing, as that's a big wave and a miss there from Covey, and the count goes 1-2. And the 1-2. And that's a big wave and a miss. And Covey becomes Ellison's third strikeout victim of the afternoon as she puts her down swinging. And coming up to bat is the first baseman, Coart, who reached on an error in her first at bat. She hit a big fly ball to left field and was dropped by the left fielder, as that pitch is high and outside and going to be called ball one. So 1-0 here for Ellison, as she has got the first two outs of this inning. And that one is a wave and a miss, and that's going to be strike one as the count evens. Count 1-1 here for Coart. And that one is fouled back straight to the press box. Glad there's a fence there. So that will be 1-2 here to Coart. 1-2 the count here. Ellison looking to set him down in order, as she will get called strike three. And so Ellison gets 2 strikeouts and a ground out to put Mt.Pine down in order in the fourth. So bottom of the fourth coming up after this break. And we are back here as a big wave and a miss there, as Cardenas offers a nice pitch to Leonard, who will finish her at bat, who will have an at bat right here because the runner was called out trying to steal home, as Leonard goes down in the count 0-2 right there to Cardenas. Cardenas has struggled today with the wild pitch. So that 0-2 there, and so that will be a foul ball right there. So Leonard stays alive. Leonard reached on a drop third strike in her first at bat. So the 0-2 here, delivery from Cardenas. That's going to be high and outside, so that will go 1-2. And the 1-2. And that's going to be hit up to the second baseman. The second baseman gets it over to the first baseman, and that will be a put out right there as they put Leonard down on the ground out. So now the 9-hole hitter, Rose Smith, number 42, who grounded out to the shortstop in her first at bat, will step in as she takes that one inside, and that's going to be ball 1. And the 1-0 from Cardenas, and that ball's going to be hit up third base line, but snared by the third baseman, and that will be an out. And so Smith is 0 for 2 on the afternoon, as Cardenas has set the first two down in order as the lineup flips back over to Olivia Sperlin, the shortstop. And that pitch is going to be outside, so that will be ball 1. And the 1-0. And that's going to be another high and outside pitch there from Cardenas. And 2 outs here. Count 2-0 though for Sperlin. And the pitch, and a big wave and a miss there from the shortstop as the count goes 2-1. Thank you for tuning in to the 2A5 District Tournament here that's being held at Magnet, as this game is the 6 and 7 seed. Winner will play the 3 seed Bigelow, I believe, Wednesday at 4:30. That is correct, as Sperlin is now up in the count 3-1. And that's going to be hit up a soft ground to the second baseman as she will get it over to the first baseman. So Cardenas puts them down in order. So 3 ground outs to get Mt.Pine out of this inning. We'll be back with the top of the 5th, after this break. And we are back here as number 3 Berryman will lead off the inning here. And we have time called by the ump. And so now he says we can go ahead and throw the pitch. So the left fielder struck out looking her first at bat. And that will be fouled straight back. So that will be strike 1 to Berryman. 4 strikeouts on the afternoon for Miss Rachel Ellison of the Poyen Indians. Berryman was one of those victims. And that is going to be called strike 2 right there, as she's got Berryman down in the count 0-2. Poyen has really controlled this game offensively and defensively. Not had the errors that Mt.Pine has had this afternoon, because that's really what has killed Mt.Pine. And so that will be a foul ball right there, and Berryman stays alive to steal down the count 0-2. Ellison looking for her 5th strikeout of the afternoon, her second one on Berryman right here. And the 0-2, and a wave and a miss. And Berryman gets set down on strikes once more, as she has struck out once looking and once swinging. So Janet Kuhn, number 8, the right fielder, will step into the plate as she struck out her first attempt to Ellison also. And a big wave and a miss there from the right fielder puts her down in the count 0-1. Ellis yet to give up a run here in this contest, as that will be strike 2 right there. And Ellison is really locating her pitch as well right now. She is really finding the zone she wants and putting it in there, as she has 5 strikeouts on the afternoon. Looking for number 6, and that ball's going to be fouled back over the press box into the beloved creek that every foul ball gets hit into here in Magnet Cove. So the count 0-2 here, 1 out. A brand new softball there for Ellison, as she looks to set Kuhn down here on strikes with 1 out here. 0-2 the count, and the delivery. That's going to be inside, and so that will be ball 1 here on Janet. Mt.Pine needs something brewing, down 5 runs. And the 0-2 from Ellison, and that's going to be hit up the third base line, and that will get under the third baseman's glove, and Kendall Morrison just couldn't get to it, and so that will put Kuhn on base as she battles back from being down 0-2 to getting on first base, and that's going to flip the lineup back over to Carly Shaw, who is 0 for 2 on the afternoon, as a ground out to the shortstop and ground out to the third baseman. And the 0-0 goes 0-1 right there, as that is a big wave and a miss there from Shaw, the third baseman. And the 0-1 from Rachel. And that is going to be hit over there, a 4, a 6, and that is going to be dropped, so that will be no play. And they try to get her at third, but she is safe. And Shaw will advance to second, so Indians try to roll a 4-6-3 double play, but could not roll it because the second baseman dropped the ball, and so that will turn into a single and an error right there for Shaw. And she reaches on air, and Taylor Smith, the catcher, who has a ground out and a walk this afternoon, will step into the plate with 2 runners on, and this Mt.Pine could really get this game back interesting if Shaw is able to put one into the outfield. She only got 1 out, so she could pop something up, and maybe runner could tag up potentially, as that ball is hit foul back behind the plate. Ellison looking to get out of this jam, as she's only got 1 out. Strikeout would really be beneficial here for Rachel. And the 0-1 delivery from Ellison. And that is going to be a bunt, but that's going to be foul ball. So now she is down in the count. 0-2 is Smith. So 0-2 here. Let's see what Ellison gives her. It's a big pitch here for Ellison if she could get the strikeout. And that is going to catch the outside corner. And so Taylor Smith goes down on strikes looking, and another strikeout victim for Rachel Ellison as she's starting to rack them up now. So Michaela Smith, the center fielder, is Mt.Pine's last hope for this inning, as they're got 2 outs now, and a big wave and a miss from Smith, and so that will put her down on the count 0-1. Center fielder has a single and a pop out to the second baseman this game, so we'll have to see what she can do here, down 0-1 in the count with 2 runners in scoring position. And the 0-1 from Ellison, and that's going to be inside as the count evens at 1-1. Ellison hasn't had really any control issues, I could per se, today, but the 1-1, and that is going to be fouled back. So 1-2. No, they're say that was like a bunt hit sort of thing. So that will get Ellison out of the inning, but not before Mt.Pine threatens with 2 runners in scoring position, but Mt.Pine just couldn't get them across, as they're still down 5-0. Going in to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to the 2A5 District Tournament as we got the 6 and 7 seed game going on as Poyen is up 5-0, them being the 6th seed. So the catcher, Emma Wise, is going to be up to bat, who has a pop out and a walk in her 2 at-bats this afternoon. So here she steps into the right-handed batter's box. Cardenas still has the ball for Mt.Pine. And that ball is hit high. Let's see if that one gets out of play, and nobody's able to catch it. The third baseman and catcher try to get to it down the third baseline, but nobody can get to it, and that will be a foul ball and strike 1. Cardenas has 3 strikeouts on the afternoon as she readies and delivers the 0-1, and that's going to be a way high and outside ball. She has definitely struggled with some control per se this afternoon, as she has had multiple wild pitches and the 1-1 and a big wave and a miss there from the catcher, and the count goes 1-2. So Poyen has almost advanced their ticket into the next round to play Bigelow. And that ball is hit up the third base line, almost took the coach's head off, but that goes foul. So now the count 1-2. Let's count 1-2 here to the catcher. Cardenas with 3 strikeouts this afternoon, and that one's going to hit Wise, and she will take her base and get a hit by pitch in that column. That is Cardenas' second hit by pitch this afternoon as Josie Austin steps in. She is 0 for 2 on the afternoon with 2 strikeouts. So a big wave and a miss there from Austin, and that will go down the count 0-1. And that one is going to be hit up the line. We'll see if they can get there in time. They can't. They try to roll 2, and Wise is going to be there safe into third. And Josie was never called out, and so she will advance to second. And so Mt.Pine thought they got Josie out at first. So I guess they tried to roll 2, and neither of them worked. So runners on second and third as that gets the line up down to the 4-hole hitter and the pitcher. And that is going to be called strike one right there. So runners on second and third here for Ellison as that ball is hit high into center field, and that's going to get down, and so 2 will score here for Poyen, and that's going to be a double. Almost Ellison rounded a little too hard, and so that's going to be out at second, but I thought Austin may come home, but she didn't. But so that's going to be 1 run right there. If Ellison would have stayed at first, she definitely would have been safe, but she made it to second, but just rounded just a little too hard right there, and they're able to get it back to the second baseman as Morrison will come up to the plate, who has a single, a stolen base, and a hit by pitch this afternoon. As Poyen is up 6-0. A runner on third here in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch, and a big wave and a miss there at the high pitch from Morrison, the third baseman. And the delivery there, and that's going to be a ball right there. So count goes 1-2. Gotta love the commentary from the fans. Sometimes I think they are better than I am. But we will have to see as the count goes even there, 2-2. And the 2-2, and she will get her looking. So Morrison goes down on strikes, and that is the 4th strikeout for Cardenas this afternoon. So here comes Hannah Scores, the first baseman, who had a bunt that turned into an out and a strikeout this game. And the 1-0 from Cardenas, and it's way high and way outside. So that will make the count 2-0. And that ball is going to be hit back to the pitcher, and Cardenas takes care of it easily. And so that will put the Poyen Indians back into the dugout, but not before they score 1. So Indians up 6-0 after 5. All right, welcome back to Panther Field. I think that's what it's called because it has no name. We are here with the 2A5 district tournament, as it's going to be Cardenas, the pitcher for Mt.Pine, to step here in the top of the 6th, as she is 0 for 2 on the afternoon with 2 ground outs. So I have to see what Ellison gives her here as she hits that one, and that one's going to be hit to the second baseman and off the second baseman's glove. So Cardenas will reach her first time there as she gets on base there and gets a leadoff hit for the Mt.Pine Lady Red Devils. So Hannah Mitchell, the shortstop, will step in right here as she is a pop out and a ground out to the shortstop this afternoon. And the pitch from Ellison. And that's going to be high and ball 1. Ellison has been in some holes, but also got out of all the jams, as that is called strike one. Mt.Pine threatened with runners on second and third in the last frame, but Ellison able to get out of that, so she has not given up a run yet going in to the sixth right here. And the pitch, and that's going to be fouled back straight towards the press box. I'm really glad there's a fence there. Count 1-2 here for Mitchell. I think Miss Bella's mom is more happier there's a fence there than me because it hit more towards her. But got to have fun up here in the press box because it's turning time. And the 1-2 from Ellison, and that is going to be hit foul. So Mitchell will stay alive here, looking to get on base as she's 0 for 2. So count 1-2 here, 2 outs and a runner on first here for Mt.Pine in the top of the sixth. And the 1-2, and that's going to be hit. That's going to be hit under Ellison's glove, as they will get Cardenas as she tries to advance to second on the ground out. But Mitchell will be safe at first. So Emily Covey will come up to bat in 0-0 delivery. And they tried to throw down to first, but Mitchell will be there. And the throw was offline, so she will advance to second. So the pitch. And that's going to be a ball right there. I believe the count is 2-0. Runner on second here for Mt.Pine as the delivery is made. And that's going to be strike number 1 right there. Two balls, one strike right here for Covey. The second baseman has a walk and a strikeout on the afternoon, as that is going to be a foul ball right there. And even the count at 2-2 here for Rachel Ellison. Strikeout will be big here for Rachel Ellison, as she has 6 on the afternoon, looking for number 7 right here. Count even at 2-2, and the windup in the pitch. And that is going to hit Covey, and that will be a hit by pitch, and that is Ellison's first hit by pitch this afternoon, as Carly Cowart's going to step in right here. Cowart. And the pitch here from Ellison. That's going to be a strike. No throw there from Wise. And that pitch right there is outside as the count evens 1-1. First baseman here has reached on an error and struck out looking to Ellison. And the 1-1 is a swing and a miss there from Carly. And so count goes 1-2. One, two, one out here in the top of the sixth. Poyen up 6. And the 1-2. And a wave and a miss. And she sets the first baseman down on strikes once more. So that is just fantastic pitching work there from Ellison, as she has 7 strikeouts on the afternoon, as Berryman steps into the plate, who has struck out twice to Ellison. And that is going to be called strike 1 right there on the outside corner. And Ellison is just working out of another jam right here. She's been put in multiple jams this afternoon, as they have runners on second and third in the last frame, and 2 runners on, but on first and second this time in the top of the sixth. and that is going to be outside. They're going to throw down to third, but she is going to be safe. That is number 12, Mitchell, who gets over there. So now runners on second and third. Count 1-1, 2 outs. Ellison really needs a strikeout right here. If she could get strike 2 and 3, that would be massive, as she's not giving up a run in this game. And that pitch is going to be fouled onto the middle school roof. That is a ball about $1 million that's hit on that roof this season. Count 1-2 here for Berryman, and she really needs to do something down here, down in the count 1-2, 2 outs. Ellison, I believe, will probably give her a chase pitch right here as the windup and the pitch, and she puts it straight down the meat and taters of the strike zone, and another strikeout looking for Berryman, as Berryman is now 0 for 3, all 3 strikeouts. So that will do it for Mt.Pine, as we are now going to the bottom of the 6th after this break. Poyen up 6. And we are back here at Panther Field. I'm going to call it that forever because it has no name. And so it will be Rachel Ellison to step in right here. And that's going to be, no, excuse me, that is not Rachel Ellison. That is Sydney Daly. Excuse me there. I got the 2 and the 7 confused. So Daly will step in here as she has drawn 2 walks this afternoon and played second base in the field, as she is now even in the count 1-1. Poyen just looking to get through right here and get the 3 outs in the 7th and go home and play Wednesday, as they're up 6 runs. The score is 14-1 at baseball over there. They are also broadcasting on the Manicoke High School East YouTube page, so go check that out. I'm sure it's a good one. I believe Mt.Pine is up 14-1. And the 3-1 from Cardenas, and that's low, and Daly's going to draw a walk once more. And, man, she needs a crown. That's 3 walks in one game that she has drew. And so it will be Ashlyn Leonard who reached on a drop third strike and a ground out to the second baseman. And that one is hit up the first base line, but going to go foul there for Leonard. And that is strike 1. And the 0-1. And that bunt attempt is going to go foul, so now Leonard's down to the count 0-2. And the 0-2 to Leonard. That's going to be high, and Daly's going to try to run, and she is going to be out. So that will eliminate the threat on the base pads, as she is thrown out, stealing right there. So now Leonard, a 1-2 the count, and that ball's going to be hit into the gap into left center. And so Leonard will get on with a single right there to left center. And so now the 9-hole hitter, the DP, Rose Smith, who is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. No, excuse me, I believe we have the flex. is going to hit. That is Bailey Morrison. She has played right field. So the ump is getting that fixed on his paper. So Morrison, this is her first at-bat of the game. So the ump has got it all figured out, it looks like, and so we are ready for Miss Morrison to hit right here. So Bailey steps into the right-handed batter's box. You know, I feel like the left-handed batter's box never gets used over here. And that is a big wave and a miss from Morrison as they try to steal another one, but Leonard gets in there under the tag. So she will get a stolen base added to her name. And so Morrison right here, down on the count 0-1. One out here for Poyen in the bottom of the 6th. And another wave and a miss there from Morrison. The 0-2 here from Cardenas, and she's going to get her on strikes right there. So the pinch hit from Morrison does not go well as she goes down looking to Cardenas, and the lineup flips back over to Olivia Sperlin. Sperlin has had a pop out, a ground out to the shortstop, and a hit by pitch this afternoon. As they're going to try to go to third, and she will get under the tag there. And so I believe she wandered off the bag, but there's a confusion, and she will be called out. So I don't think she called time. So that will end the inning. So we're going to the top of the 7th. Poyen can get, if they can get these last 3 outs, they can go home, and so can I. So let's see what Poyen can do here in the top of the 7th after this break. And we are back here at Panther Field as Mt.Pine is down to the last 3 outs and before their season ends right here. So Ellison looking to throw a full game without giving up a run as she delivers the 0-0 in the top of the 7th. So it's going to be Janet Kuhn, who has a strikeout and a single, up right here. 9-1-2 up for the Red Devils. And the pitch, and that's going to be inside, and now 2-0. Ellison got a control right here as she has not really had any control issues all game. And so the baseball game is over. And so I believe Mt.Pine won that one by a hefty amount, 14-1, and so they move on to play Wednesday, and Cutter's going home. And the 3-0 here from Ellison. And so she is going to a 4-pitch walk right there to Kuhn, and that's what the Mt.Pine Red Devils need is base runners. So that flips the lineup back over to Carly Shaw, the third baseman, who's reached on an error and had 2 ground outs this afternoon. And so the coach will meet with the next 3 batters over there on the third base line. So I have to see. But I thought the baseball game was over. Maybe it's not. So y'all go check out the Manitoba High School East YouTube page, and y'all can find out the real answer. As Shaw swings and misses at that one, and Coon will make it over to second base as the count is 0-1. And the 0-1 from Ellison, and that is going to be hit up the third base line. Is bobbled by the third baseman, but she's going to get there in time, and that will be thrown over to scores and made the out. So 1 out here for Poyen, as they are looking to work 2 more outs defensively and get out of this game. So Taylor Smith, the catcher, number 13, and so that's going to be a strike 1 right there. She fouls that one back. And the pitch. That's going to be high and outside. I'm sure Ellison's looking to get out of this without giving up a run, but she's got a runner on third with only 1 out, so can't really give up anything right here if you're Rachel Ellison. 1-1 the count, 1 out, top of the 7th, and that one's going to be lined to the shortstop, and they're going to have a game of tag out to play, and she gets her out, and that is going to do it, and Mt.Pine goes down 6-0. Rachel Ellison finishes the day with multiple strikeouts, as she has 7 strikeouts on the afternoon. That is going to be 8. She has 8 strikeouts on the afternoon, and Poyen advances to play Bigelow Wednesday at 4:30. We will be live here on the Manitoba High School East YouTube page for that game. So, great performance here by Poyen as they defeat Mt.Pine 6-0 in the 6 and 7 seed game of the 2A5 district tournament. Please stay tuned for more district tournament action on the Manitoba High School East YouTube page. I'm Dalton Reed, and I'm signing off for the afternoon. If you're looking for a hidden gem while traveling down Arkansas Highway 51, then Panther Pass Grocery and Gas is your one-stop destination. The Panther Pass is more than just your typical local grocery and gas station. It also has a full cafe menu with delicious mouth-watering food that will satisfy any type of appetite. The Panther Pass is also a proud supporter of the Manitoba School District and a community partner with the Manitoba High School East. The Panther Pass is located at 2214 Highway 51, Magnet Cove, Arkansas.